You check the message, you see the location, you see the time, you already know the number in your head, and still your fingers type, "I'm coming." Not because you're excited, because you're scared of what happens if you don't. You stand in front of your closet like it's a test. You pick the outfit that says you're fine, that you belong, that you can keep up. You don't dress for comfort, you dress for permission. On the way there, you do math in silence. Not the kind that builds a future, the kind that explains why your future keeps shrinking. Coffee, dinner, parking, split bill, and the part nobody talks about. The might as well get dessert, might as well join the after, might as well take the ride, might as well. You smile anyway. You laugh at the right moments. You nod at the right jokes. You keep your energy high, even when your stomach is tight, even when your mind is counting, even when you're not really there. Because you're not paying for food. You're paying to stay included. You're paying to stay relevant. You're paying to stay seen. And the worst part is, it works. For a few hours, you feel safe. For a few hours, you feel like you didn't fall behind. For a few hours, you feel like you still have a place. Then you go home. And the silence hits. Not loud, not dramatic, just heavy. You open your banking app like you're checking the damage. You stare at the number, and you tell yourself a soft lie. It was worth it. You say it because it hurts less than the truth, that you didn't buy a night out. You bought temporary belonging. The next day, it happens again. A notification, a story, a group chat, a plan that sounds small. Just coffee, just a quick meal, just a birthday, just a celebration. And you feel that familiar pull, that pressure you can't explain. Because saying no doesn't feel like saving money. It feels like risking your place. So you do what you always do. You delay your real life, you delay your goals, you delay your peace, you delay yourself, and you call it social, you call it normal, you call it living. But inside, it starts to repeat like a loop. Confusion. Why do you work hard and still feel broke? Why does your salary disappear like water? Why do you keep promising yourself you'll save and keep ending up back at zero? Then frustration. Because you're trying. You're not lazy. You're not clueless. You're not careless. You're just constantly being pulled by expectations, by routines, by comfort disguised as fun, by distraction disguised as connection, and then the quiet regret, the kind that doesn't make a sound, the kind that shows up when you're alone, when you realize your money didn't disappear. It went somewhere. It went into keeping up. It went into staying visible. It went into buying a version of you that looks acceptable. And you don't even know when it started. When did your value become something you have to maintain? When did friendship start feeling like a membership? When did your presence start feeling like a payment plan? You don't blame them. You can't. They're just living their lives. They're just doing what people do. The problem is not your friends. The problem is what happens inside you. That voice that whispers. If you don't go, they'll move on without you. If you don't show up, you'll be forgotten. If you don't keep up, you'll fall behind. And the villain isn't you. It's comfort, it's distraction, it's routine, it's delay. It's that one word that sounds gentle, but ruins your life. Tomorrow. Tomorrow you'll save. Tomorrow you'll budget. Tomorrow you'll focus. Tomorrow you'll say no. Tomorrow you'll be disciplined. Tomorrow you'll become the person you keep imagining. Tomorrow never argues with you. Tomorrow never challenges you. Tomorrow never makes you uncomfortable. Tomorrow gives you permission to stay the same. And that's why it wins. Because the cost of change isn't money. It's discomfort. It's silence. It's being the one who doesn't go. It's watching the group chat move on. It's seeing the stories the next day and feeling that sting. It's the fear of missing out. Not on events, on acceptance. So you keep paying. You keep paying the entry fee. You keep paying the membership dues. You keep paying for the right to sit at the table. And if you're honest, you're not even enjoying the table. You're just relieved you weren't left out. But here's the truth. You're not running out of motivation. You're running out of identity. Because motivation is a mood. It comes and goes. It rises when you feel inspired. It disappears when you feel tired. Motivation can't protect you from a habit, but identity can. Because identity is what you refuse to negotiate. Identity is what you keep when nobody is watching. Identity is what holds when comfort calls your name. The real shift is not learning how to save money. The real shift is realizing what you've been buying. You've been buying social safety. You've been buying permission to belong. You've been buying the feeling that you're still someone. And the price is always higher than you expect, because fear is never satisfied. Fear doesn't say, "Good job, you paid enough." Fear says, "Pay again. Pay again next weekend. Pay again next celebration. Pay again next trend. Pay again next time you feel small." And if your belonging depends on payment, then you're not inside the circle. You're renting your place. And rented places can be taken away. That's why you're always anxious. That's why you're always alert. That's why you're always checking. Checking stories. Checking chats. Checking what you missed. Checking who was there without you. Because you don't feel secure. You feel employed. Employed to maintain your presence. Employed to perform your relevance. So you keep showing up even when you're drained. You keep spending even when it hurts. You keep smiling even when your chest is tight. And you call it adulthood. But deep down, you know, this isn't freedom. This is a leash. And this is where everything changes. Discipline isn't punishment. Discipline is self-respect. Discipline is control. Discipline is power. Discipline is freedom. Not freedom to do everything. Freedom to choose. Freedom to decline without panic. Freedom to be absent without collapsing. Freedom to sit in your own life without needing an audience. Because discipline is the moment you stop paying to exist. It's the moment you stop buying acceptance. It's the moment you look at the invitation and say quietly, "I don't have to earn a place by spending." And you will feel it. The pull, the discomfort, the silence, that urge to explain yourself, that urge to justify, that urge to prove you're still worthy. And that is the real battle. Not at the cafe, not at the restaurant, not at the event, in your room, in the quiet, in the moment you are alone, and you don't reach for distraction. You don't reach for routine. You don't reach for tomorrow. You just sit, and you let the fear talk, without obeying it. Because the circle that's healthy won't charge you. The people who are real won't require payment. The ones who truly see you won't punish you for having boundaries. And the ones who do were never a circle. They were a subscription. So tonight, when the next message comes, when the next plan appears, when your fingers hover over the same reply, ask yourself one question. Are you going because you want to be there? Or because you're afraid of what you'll become if you stop paying?